can for this cause, and we will never let our enemies divide us. It is truly the greatest honour of all of our lifetimes to stand with you. In our thousands, in our millions. In our thousands, in our millions. And from the river to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you, Neha. So the next speaker will be a Palestinian activist who has been activist in the university, who has been activist in the school, and she was activist in the campaign during the last general election. She's the voice of the people, Lian Muhammad. Welcome, Lian Muhammad, please.
Thank you all. Today I speak to you on behalf of the British Palestinian Committee. As we mark 1 year since Israel's launch of its genocidal assault against the Palestinian people in Gaza, we, Palestinians in Britain, reaffirm our unified and steadfast commitment to our people's collective struggle for liberation, self-determination and return in the face of a campaign determined to erase our existence. Israel's genocidal assault over the past 12 months represents an unrestrained attack on all elements of Palestinian life on our land. And we have to remember that it was, and still is, being greenlit by this government and its allies. Today, our hearts are with Gaza. Our hearts are all across Palestine, and our hearts are also in Lebanon, as the impunity afforded to Israel has now emboldened its leaders to launch assaults in Lebanon, killing thousands and forcing millions there to flee their homes, including my own family. Although unprecedented in scale, the goal remains the same, as it did during the first Nakba, to dispossess us of our homes and destroy the collective existence of the Palestinian people in our own homeland and beyond. On this anniversary of Israel's genocide in Gaza, we honour the steadfastness and unyielding resistance of our people who continue to inspire the world despite enduring unimaginable horrors. In the face of relentless bombardment and blockade, teachers in Gaza have resumed lessons while their classrooms lie in rubble, continuing to educate the next generation with a courage that defies despair. Students in Gaza persist in their studies, often by candlelight amid power shortages, because they are determined to build a future of freedom and dignity as they deserve. Lecturers and academics, even as their university buildings are destroyed, they continue to teach and sustain the institutions of learning that they have built. Doctors working in overwhelmed hospitals risk their lives daily to save others as they tend to the wounded and sick under siege. These everyday acts of individual and collective defiance, teaching, learning, healing, are all acts of resistance against the genocide that seeks to extinguish all life, a testament to the spirit of a people who, despite the brutality inflicted upon them, refuse to be erased. We, Palestinians, refuse to be erased. As British Palestinians on this day, we remember that this aggression did not start 1 year ago, and that Britain's particular role in aiding and abetting aggression against our people stretches back over a century. Britain's policies have paved the way for the systematic oppression that persists today. So as British Palestinians, we call upon you, people of conscience, and all our fellow citizens in this country, to ensure the British government is held accountable for its historical and contemporary complicity, and to support Palestinians both in the region and in Britain with the resources and institutional support the community requires. At the British Palestinian Committee, we will continue to work tirelessly until the principles of freedom, justice and equality are upheld for all of us. And so I would like to end on this note. This anniversary is a reminder of the devastating toll of colonialism, but also of the enduring resistance and resilience of Palestinians, whose struggle for liberation will never be silenced. Thank you.
Thank you so much. They met with the leaders of the UK parties. They told them the stories of their families. That was back in November, but they never heard of them. They told the MPs to vote for a ceasefire in November, but they did not vote. They told the MPs to stop sending arms to Israel, but they did not listen. So shame on you, the UK political leaders. You're not listening to the Palestinians who are telling you the stories of their families. So Sham decided today to speak. So Sham is 10 years old, Palestinian from Gaza, and she will be saying a poem today about Gaza. So please welcome Sham.
I don't know how many have died or how many died before war flared up. There must be a way to listen to all the pain that burns in a people. Must be a way to hear all that anguish. Pain creates deadness of heart. Distance makes all that suffering unreal. How else can great powers and bombs and missiles to be an agony? Thus engulfing the world in fire and rage. How did we become so deaf to the death of innocent children and their mothers? How did we get to measure the value of the death against another? How, with one worth 1,000 of the other? Surely the heart of the world has died. Surely we have turned to stone in our veins. I sit here staring at the sky, wondering what could change the coldness in the soul that makes it possible for us to eat our food, go to work, and laugh with our families when we know that over in Gaza, a brief dream away, hundreds of thousands starve, their homes destroyed, their lives broken. There ought to be no religion that lets us be indifferent to all that suffering. Surely something's wrong with the world. Something's twisted in our humanity. I have friends who weep at the loss of their dogs, but whose ears are close to the willing from the flattened houses of Gaza. Complexity ought not to stop our souls from feelings. For pain creates stones instead of human beings. There are in truth no distance in the spirit of a humanity. Any great injustice makes the sleep of the words howl. We breathe in the destruction of lives that we don't see. In our dreams, we die with them. In our sleep, our souls brave with them. For their death, ours, whoever they may be. We grow sick with the times. We become twisted with the winds. Whether we are silenced or not, we are poisoned by the massacres. No civilization can survive on the murder of people. We are watching our demise in our silence. Peace is not ignorance or lies. We are measured by what we tolerate. The agony we ignore, keep quiet about. For our peace of mind, silence helps these missiles. Our silence Our silence is touched with the blood of these children, and every day that we turn away and shut our hearts below in the common earth of the humanity, the, the spilled blood races and ghosts feed on our prosperity. For Gaza is not there, it's here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sham. So thank you again for coming. So for the preparing for this protest, many people have came directly from work and they've been here. So it's Sister Ruby who have brought these children like dolls and the clothing. and so many people have worked to make this happening today. So thank you for the great work you have done. So the next speaker is Ahmed al-Na'ouq. Ahmed al-Na'ouq is a well-known Palestinian from Gaza. We know his story and we know his work for Palestine. Since the war started, Ahmed has been speaking daily in every city, speaking about the Palestinian and the Gaza struggle, about how the media bias against the Palestinian. So please welcome Ahmed al-Na'ouq speaking about the Palestinian story in the last 12 months.
Thank you, Omar. My friends, it's been an entire year into this genocide. It's been a year of murder of the Palestinian people. It's been a year of killing thousands and thousands of Palestinians. It's been a year of slaughtering 14,000 kids, little kids, who deserve to live in peace and dignity and humanity, who deserve to enjoy human rights and equality. It's been a year of carpet bombing of Gaza. It's been a year of destroying hospitals, schools, mosques. It's been a year of terror against the poor civilians of the Gaza Strip. It's been a year of hypocrisy. It's been a year of complicity. It's been a year of active participation in the genocide from these Western power leaders. Shame! Shame! It's been a year of trauma that the Palestinians will never endure, that will always endure, and they will pass it to their children and grandchildren. It's been a year since I lost my family, the 21 members of my family who were killed while they were sleeping in their home. It's been a year of us losing more and more people. 42,000 people have been killed, and shame on us if we forget them.
Never forget.
Shame on us if we forget those who killed them.
Never forget.
Shame on those who actively participated in the genocide through their media coverage,
Shame!
through giving Israel the cover, the diplomatic cover, to continue the murder.
Shame!
Shame on those leaders. Shame on those parliament members who were elected to represent the British people, the amazing, heartwarming British people who have been protesting for a year now to end the genocide. Shame on them for not representing their people. Shame on those leaders who were elected recently and they said they would represent the people, all the people of Britain. And yet they ignored the demands of millions and millions and millions of people who have been protesting day and night for Palestine, who have been calling for arms embargo on Israel, who have been calling for cutting diplomatic ties with Israel. Shame on them. Shame on them. How could this lead when they know that their weapons are being used to slaughter the kids of Gaza, the civilians of Gaza, the thousands and thousands of people in Gaza, the doctors, the journalists? How could this leave the night? My friends, I'm very angry, I'm very sad. I don't know what to say. We have been talking for a year now. The people in Gaza have been talking for a year and even before that. The journalists in Gaza, 160 journalists died. They were killed as they were reporting the news from Gaza in hopes that the people of the world, the free people of the world will act, will do something to stop the genocide, and nothing happened. Nothing changed. Shame on us for normalizing the murder of our people in Gaza. Shame on us for normalizing the murder, of the slaughter of our friends, our brothers and sisters in Palestine. My friends, we have been talking and screaming from the darkness in Gaza. We're being starved to death. The people in Gaza are being starved to death. They're dying. Kids are eating grass. They're drinking from dirty bottles. And they have been filming themselves to you, all of you. And what have we done? Nothing. We're enjoying our time. We're enjoying our life. And the people in Gaza are dying. And the people in Lebanon are dying. But my message today is for these people behind us. And for these people who are there, the parliament, and 10 Downing Street. If you are not representing your people, then what are you doing? Who are you? If you're not representing your people, then why are you here? Why are you here? And us, the people of the world in the West, if we are silent on the murder, on the normalizing of murder of the people in Gaza, then who we are? Then who are we? Shame on us if we forget. Shame on us if we forget. Shame on us if we forget. And again, this is a message for you, not of despair, but of hope. I know that we, the Palestinians, we will survive. We will not die away. We will not be uprooted. We are like seeds. When we are buried, we will grow bigger and stronger. And the branches of the trees will touch the skies. We will not die away. We will survive. But the message for those people who are actively participating in the genocide, for the media outlets who have been failing the Palestinians, who have been failing their profession, shame on you. History will remember. History is being written right now. And shame on us if we stand on the wrong side of history. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ahmed. As Ahmed said, we will never forget. We will never forgive. So I'll tell you a short story about my brother, Dr. Ahmed Mukhalalati, who was in Gaza at the Shifa hospital in November when the Israeli army occupied the hospital. At that time, I had the contact details of most of the UK mainstream media. I called them at 5 o'clock in the morning, telling them, my brother is an eyewitness, he's an Irish Palestinian, he's telling you Israel is occupying a Shifa hospital, the biggest hospital in Palestine. No one replied. Then one producer told me, listen, Omar, when anything comes to the Israeli army, we don't take the information from you guys. We don't take the information from Reuters. We wait until the Israeli army send us a statement, and then we start talking about the topic. So they don't listen to us. They don't treat us as eyewitness. They don't treat us as humans. I'm talking about the UK mainstream media. Then, 2 days later, my brother saw the BBC and Sky News and CNN reporters inside the Israeli tanks coming to a Shifa hospital and not speaking with the Palestinians. They were promoting the Israeli propaganda. And then they say we are a free media. So the BBC, Sky News, and the CNN and many more, they were in the Israeli tanks. This is information, this is not an imagination. They came in the Israeli tanks and you see their reports. And they were like putting the pictures about the Palestinians from outside, from the Israeli tanks, filming us. We will never forgive. We will never forget.
No.
So the next speaker is Dr. Alina. Dr. Alina is representing the health worker for Palestine, the ones who've been demonstrating since October, the health worker who have been, like, they have seen lots of attacks from the GMC, from the royal colleges, from their hospitals and trusts to make them stopping talking about Palestine. This morning, I was wearing this badge, the one you wear, the red one. I went to the parliament because they were an event about the human rights issues in Palestine. The security of the parliament told me this is not allowed to be worn in the parliament. This is today. I told them, have you read what is written there? It says, if my hand survives, this is my name. Because the Palestinian children were writing their names. If they've been killed, they can be identified. He said, I did not read it and I will not read it. I told him, call your supervisor. He said, the supervisor, if that my employee said that you are not allowed to take it, you are not allowed to take it. We are in a conflict time. But we have seen the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister wearing the Israeli tags. And they were inside the UK Ministry and the Parliament, but that was okay. But to wear a badge for Gaza does not have the word genocide, or Gaza, or Palestine. Just because it represents Gaza, it's not allowed. This has to stop. So the next speaker is Dr. Land from the health worker of Palestine.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alina, and I am a surgeon here in London, and I represent health workers for Palestine. I'm truly honored and humbled to be speaking to everyone here today. Today, this week, this month, it is about solidarity. It is about grieving and honoring all of the people that have suffered this year. The thousands of Palestinians who have been martyred, and hundreds more who have been injured, and hundreds captured. And it is about continuing to do so until there is an end to this horrific nightmare of a genocide. I will not talk about numbers, because Palestinian people are not just numbers. But the fact remains that the number of children killed in the last 12 months is the highest in all wars or conflict over the last 5 years. Health Workers for Palestine started with a vigil on the 10th of November 2023 to honor our courageous colleagues who have stayed on to care for their patients in the face of adversity. And we have been holding regular vigils and advocacy work and events since that very first vigil. We have expanded nationally and globally, and now there are many health workers represented in many cities around the world and in the UK. As health workers, we are horror-struck that health workers are being deliberately targeted. We are distraught that health workers are being captured, tortured, and even killed during captivity. We are incredulous and outraged that the healthcare system is being deliberately destroyed, because they are witnesses to what is truly happening, and they are the ones who would treat and mend. But it is not just healthcare. Religious institutions, education, art, everything that means anything or worth anything is being destroyed. We are seeing a systemic crippling of the ability of a group of people to rejuvenate itself. We are seeing the cowardice of people and of our British government in being complicit and not putting a stop to this injustice. Shame on them. This year has been a sobering year for many people. It has been an educational year for a lot of people around the world. And this is thanks to the broadcasting of the ordinary suffering people of Palestine, showcasing the heinous crimes that is being put upon them. We need to say thank you to the people of Palestine who showed us resilience and resistance, courage in the face of adversity. But most importantly, it is a message of hope. To the people of Palestine, because we are here and that we will overcome. We have seen a surge of awareness amongst the people of the world to the extent of the truly evil and depraved acts that is being brought upon the people of Palestine. And we, as the people of the world, do not condone this on our fellow humankind. We will continue until there is an end to the occupation and the liberation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So before we go to, there is another poem. So I will tell you about, like, today's day. So today is the Gaza Memorial Day. So we